Very good. First and foremost, we're going to give all praise, honor, glory, worship to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
And we'll honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstone, who still will that teaches this truth. Peace to the elect and the nation of Israel, scattered on the four corners of the planet Earth. Which the nation of Israel consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Seminole Native American Indians, minority Indian descent. All right, as well as our people that appear like the other nations, but seed goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and believe on gospel. The biblical Israelites prophesied that both slavery and slave ships here. America, which in the scriptures is known as Babylon the Great. So just coming back, Lord willing, with an edifying lesson, to edify the lambs of Yahawah, got a lot of, as always, a lot of prophecy. You know what I'm saying? It's moving. You know what I'm saying? And you said it. Okay, Kanye, we was talking about before the camera came up, talking about LeBron. And, these celebrities, they act like they're they try to paint this picture as if they're not trusting in Egypt and fully invested in this beast system, when they are. You know what I'm saying? Our people are hypocrites,
That's very important. This is Matthew chapter 23, verse 1. Then spake Yahawashi to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
Yeah, the scribes and the Pharisees, are likened unto IUIC, mainly IUIC, because they're the main ones, Adam Abbott also, they're the main ones that teach that you're saved by keeping the law. They push the law. When we're supposed to push the faith of Yahawashi, we establish the law. We push the faith of Yahawashi.
Verse 3. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not.
Right. They're the hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? LeBron said it. He's so sick and tired of people getting killed and this and that, But yeah, he's not gonna, like the brother said, he's not gonna like the rich man get Matthew 19:16. Like the rich young man that came to Yahawashi, asked him, Lord, what good things must I do to inherit everlasting life? Yahawashi told him, take all you have and give it to the poor. And that nigga went away sorrowful. He went away crying because he wasn't really about that life. He's not really about the redemption of his people. We're about the redemption of our people. What we're doing right now, this is for the redemption of the nation of Israel through the blood of Yahawashi. You got to read that real quick.
Matthew 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Yeah, so the young man was asking, Lord, what do I have to do to inherit eternal life? And LeBron came, what do we have to do to get justice? What do we have to do to stop being shot and killed?
Matthew 7. Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, but that is Yahawah. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Right. Keep going.
He said unto him, which Yahawashi said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Yeah,
Verse 20.
What's interesting about that is Yahawashi telling him to establish the law, and to keep the main laws of Yahawashi. But Yahawashi didn't stress fringes. He didn't say, take off, although we take off our idolatrous clothes, you know what I'm saying? We don't wear stuff with skulls and bones on it, you know what I'm saying? But Yahawashi didn't say, yeah, do no murder, don't commit adultery, and make sure you wear fringes every day on your t-shirts, because number one, they didn't wear t-shirts back then. Okay? But the main thing that we're saved by is faith. But anyway, keep reading. Because what this man shows is that he didn't have faith. Showing you that LeBron also don't got faith. Because he's not willing, he's in the same spirit as this young man here.
Chapter 19, St. Matthew, verse 20. The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth.
Hey, and if I could ask, like, that's gonna hide us. And when you go to Revelation 16, it said they blaspheme the name of the Lord because of their pains and sorrows, right? From the angel scorching them with that fire, right? That's how Jake gonna be. They're gonna try to be they're gonna be in front of the Lord pursuing the Matthew 7, right? You say, Lord, Lord. They're gonna try to justify what they did or what they do. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, they're gonna be standing before the Most High. The Most High gonna give them certain judgments and speak to them a certain way. And then Jake gonna be like, well, read that part again that you just read. What you said?
Verse 20. The young man said, saith unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth. What lack I yet?
Yeah, so and that's what Jake gonna do. They're gonna be like, well, all these things I have kept from my youth, man.
That's pride too.
That's pride.
What lack I yet? What could I possibly be missing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I done did everything. You didn't see all the Edomites I cut. You know what I'm saying?
But look, they gonna say, oh shit, I believed the whole time.
They're gonna say that they believed the apostles the whole time. Yeah, they're gonna say that I knew that the apostles was the prophets. I never rebuked them. I never came against them. But you didn't follow them though.
Exactly.
You didn't follow them.
Exactly. The apostles is the representation of Yahawashi, man.
Right.
And that's what my dream was about when I was walking with Yahawashi. It was apostle to heart, but it was Yahawashi, but it was apostle to heart. You see what I'm saying? So he was a representation of that light here on the earth. And Jake, like the brother said, man, they gonna be like shit. That's why all Jeremiah on them double honors to the apostles. Well, why you don't follow the apostles? Why you don't believe what they pushing it? I'm gonna give double honors to a man who's worthy of double honors, man. Where is your elder that you give double honors to? Because they're not worthy. You know what I'm saying? Just because they've been in the truth 30+ years don't mean they deserve double honors. So in that day,
especially with that revelation
yeah, that shit is terrible, man.
But you better
go ahead, brother.
Oh, God.
And that's Yahawashi himself, and he knew who that was. You see what I'm saying? He's still pride, still trying to justify himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got what am I lacking with the brother? What else am I to do? I mean, I have everything. I got all the ins and outs.
We bought our cat.
Yeah, man, we had the biggest congregation. We merged with this brother down here.
Yeah. All the live streams, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. For real. The thousands of people that was on the live streams, Lord.
God. Hey, and showing you that the Most High dealt with it because, like when we did that lesson about the number game, it's not the Most High don't deal with large numbers to get his thing, his job done. You got all these channels with like 18,000 subscribers. So with the Most High roll, because like numbers, right? Use numbers so we can remember, like the scriptures, he numbered everything. Now, you can pick up on a lot of stuff with numbers. With the YouTube, when you see those numbers and you put in work and you start to see, like you call it development or growth or results, you start to get pumped up. You know what I'm saying? So you seeing all these numbers, you're like, I gotta be a prophet. I gotta be doing something right. And that's another stumbling block the Most High used. Why the real prophets don't got 10,000, because it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's only for the ones that the Most High called. And this man right here who we're reading about is an example of it being not for everybody and it only being for the ones who truly want that life, man. You got it. In that life, I mean light,
So Rawchaa 16, verse 1.
Right.
Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons. Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Lord be with them. Trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude. For one that is just is better than 1,000, and better it is to die without children than to have them that are ungodly.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
God.
that's
So
beautiful.
the Lord,
Oh,
just to further prove the brother point that the scriptures speak on is that, desire not a multitude of unprofitable children.
yeah, yeah.
You got so many tens of thousands of subscribers, but you still only got 20 people in your camp, and the 20 people in your camp believe on false doctrine. You know what I'm saying? So you're unprofitable. The scriptures say that their works were in vain. You know what I'm saying? So everything that you're doing is gonna be for naught. You know what I'm saying? While the men that labor in sincerity and in truth and in lowliness and in meekness, they're the ones that's gonna be exalted.
Oh, God. Real quick, the wisdom of Solomon 3:11, no 3:10. But the ungodly should be punished according to their own imagination, and that's your own imagination.
Your doctrine.
Your doctrine.
Your imagination.
Yes, it says, which have neglected the righteous.
Right, because scripture say that they misuse the prophet. So that's you neglecting the righteous.
And forsaking the Lord.
Right, because the men on the earth are representation of the Lord. It said that I spoken by the mouth of the prophets,
Yep.
which have been since the world began. Roughly paraphrasing 2 verses.
Right. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain.
Their hope is vain. See, because ultimately, Jake's biggest hope. Now, of course, this is a part of the gospel, but all they push is what they gonna do to the heathen. You know what I'm saying? Not being redeemed from the chains, everlasting chains of darkness. Not you know what I'm saying, seeing our Lord. You know what I'm saying, seeing King David, being able to dwell with Yahawah. You know what I'm saying? Their hope. Lord bless Solomon because he didn't pray for the neck of his enemies. He prayed for wisdom and how to judge the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
So that's a lowly and a meek spirit, you know what I'm saying, to know what's important, to prioritize keep the main thing the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Everything else gonna fall underneath.
Right, which is scary because when they don't even know that they pushing a spirit of rest. The Lord said this is not our rest. And what I mean by that is like they have people bow down to it. Right, they already putting themselves in the king, like right, king-like status. We didn't receive crowns yet. You know what I'm saying? Like
it says in Philippians, not as though I already attained.
Yeah, exactly.
I press toward the mark to the high quality and how about you.
Beautiful, man. So that's why he said the meek shall inherit the earth, because the meek has no status now right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
We don't want no status. We say that we have no continuous city, but we see one to come.
Yep,
So this ain't it, man. Come.
Psalms chapter 1, verse 4.
Hold up, can I just finish? No, you back for it. It says, and their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable.
Psalms 1, verse 4 says, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. So when it says the ungodly not so, it's sound doctrine by those rivers of living water. And how about YAHAWASHI and then rooted? Like the brother brought out Qadar at the camp. Like even when you do construction, that root is under there. It'll come up and it'll grow and continue to grow. So
Showing your strength. How about YAHAWASHI? Plus something like small as a seed, grow through concrete. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about the rose. Came through concrete. Even though the rose is a cursed plant, but that's great power that the Lord bestowed on the seed to be able to penetrate concrete. A man can't penetrate concrete. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go separate sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? You stick your knuckle in there, bro. You'll be there all. You gonna hurt yourself before you hurt the concrete.
Yeah.
But the Lord could allow something like plants. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, to ask for it. That was the thing.
Yeah, hey, I was watching. It was like a newer Batman cartoon, and I was like, man, what's this? And Bruce Wayne, he was in training, and the sensei dude, he was like, basically had everybody lined up. He told them to break it. You can't leave your post until you break this rock with your knuckles. And everybody, it was a test on the mind. So I'm saying, everybody was like, what? You know, man, but man, we're not gonna be able to break this rock. It was like a big ass boulder too. Bruce Wayne, he was so prideful that he just kept beating the rock. All the blood was up to here. That's how much blood was on his knuckles from him beating that rock. You can't break that stone, man. You know what I'm saying? If the Most High don't want you to, you can't break it, man. You know what I'm saying? But your pride will override your judgment, and you sit there bloody and beating like, no, I can get it, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? That's how these Jakes move, man. They like, I can get it without true instruction, without true, you know what I'm saying, direction and sense of, you know, order, man.
It's like this. So,
Yeah.
That's the message says the ungodly are not so, not planted like the tree. It's just are like the chaff, Mr. Flynn drives away. The chaff is just like take the husk off the corn and discard it. The sunflower seed swallow the seed.
And what happened with that child? Motherfucker be blown in the wind, like this, like,
Exactly.
you know?
That destruction.
You know?
Time destroyed. It says, therefore the ungodly should not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. Verse 1, like art just don't mix. Verse 6 is the point. It says, for the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. So,
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like you said, like when Solomon 3 said their work, their labors are working perfect. They're unprofitable. You know what I'm saying? So everything you're doing, it's like I'm doing all this. Like you've been at a job for 10, 15 years. You like they told you what the game plan was for the 15-year run. You signed a contract. You like if you put this much work in, I'm gonna get this reward. And you finally reach that last part of that contract, and you finalize your hard work, and you don't get that reward. That's what Jacob. That's what these LeBrons gonna get. Everybody, because they think they separate from LeBron. These Jakes out here that's pushing that vibration. They think they're separate from a Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna get the same judgment as 2/3. You know, you a nigga that's gonna get the judgment as 2/3, and you preach the Bible, man. You know, and that's had something to think about. You know, because why you come in your Esau's stead? And you got some more on that? Go ahead, bro. Read that one more time. Well, yeah, wherever you left off. Oh,
21. St. Matthew chapter 19, verse 21. Yahawashi said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast and give to the poor.
Hey, he showing you LeBron not perfect, man. You got this perfect life. You know what I'm saying? You got a wife, you got children, the ideal image. You got a nice home. You got everything you can get. You can get. You know what I'm saying? But you're not perfect. You do all this and you're still not perfect. How's the proof of that? When you thought you was this and you thought you was that, you didn't went to the secret societies. You didn't got the ignitions and all these different programs. And then you tweeted one simple tweet and they sending the FBI after your dumb ass, man. You see what I'm saying? Showing you that what? You're not perfect, man. And you pushing this image like you're perfect, but you're not. The only way to be perfect is if you get rid of that image, man. And you follow the true image. Read that again, all right?
Sure. St. Matthew chapter 19, verse 21.
Right.
Yahawashi said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast and give to the poor.
Showing you said, I did this, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Man, you still not perfect, bro. Like, how you claim to not have 100% of the truth? That means you're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So that man was saying that he's not perfect. You said, well, no, Yahawashi was telling him he's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So he said, okay, if you want to maximize, you know what I'm saying, you want to reach 100%, to cap off what you're supposed to already did, just go sell everything you got and come follow me, man. You know?
Revelation chapter 3, verse 17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. Yeah, constantly people are deceiving their mind because, you know, they're flourishing in this society. You know what I'm saying? Their camp is flourishing, their basketball team is flourishing, their career is flourishing, So they're blinded and they don't understand that they're truly poor. You know what I'm saying? It's not poor as in the Lord have chosen the poor, this poor rich in faith. They're literally just poor. They have a poor spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, spiritual kind. That's the two.
Showing you that what though? That, what you say? Oh, you got it. You got it.
Revelation 3:17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and rich. Because a lot of these cats, they not really struggling for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the brotherhood to lean on, but shit, brotherhood be going through shit. You know what I'm saying? Brothers be going through things. You know what I'm saying? And we help each other out. We pull each other up. But a lot of these camps, they bringing in money, man. They bringing in money. They be getting bank on their live streams, man. $15 here, $20 here, $50 here, $100 here, man. On the live stream though, the money just be coming in. So they good. They're this church right here. I forget what church this is here. So I get
IUIC be flying their own planes.
yeah, this is a church of Laodicea. I know that the Laodiceans. You know, so like you said, IUIC be all across the world. You know what I'm saying? Going to this country, going to that country, jet setting, taking the max or the test, you know what I'm saying? Just to jet set and go to these various countries and then teaching the congregation to take the same things. So the Lord said, because thou sayest I am rich, which they don't actually have to say it. They don't have to say, yeah, we got bank. You know what I'm saying?
They be wanting them to say it like, you don't have to say it, bro.
That's not what you mean. That's not what that means. You know what I'm saying? You flex it. You know what I'm saying? You got the logos, you got the merchandise, you know what I'm saying? You're selling the merch, you know what I'm saying? The money is coming in. It said, because thou sayest I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing. A lot of these camps got temples, man. They teaching in buildings now. I thought we was the building. I thought we don't need a building. You see, showing you that they mind is more carried away in their covetousness, man.
Even on a small level, like we know they got money. Name one person you seen IUIC with a Dixie purple team and go friends. I'll wait. For real, like it's all shit like that you pay attention to. I ain't never seen somebody like that. Like he had it for a couple of years. They all look crisp. They all look fresh, and that's the price you're gonna pay. But whoever don't play yogurt and jalapeno pepper, like Elder Gabargo did that a lot. Like he didn't forget, I didn't forget either. And the people who paid attention definitely not forget.
Hey, he said, hey, a man make me know by his countenance, man.
Right.
And your countenance is a display of your character. You know what I'm saying? Your image, who you are. You know? So, hey man, you know. Yeah, man, y'all niggas don't have to pay, bro. You know, and you think, Lord willing, we a part of that number, you think we gonna pity? You think we gonna have a tear fall down our eyes, bro? No, because we knew that YAHAWASHI was authentic. We knew that he meant what he means. And what he says is true. And we uphold those words, and then you basically saying like you mocking him, man. You saying that his words are not true by you twisting this a little bit and you doing this a little bit. Like, come on, man. Yeah, bro. Like,
you know, you're trying to make the carnal things spiritual, the spiritual things carnal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You ain't no better than Esau, switching the worlds around.
Like I said, that's a no shit with people. They say direct opposition to scripture. Not to harp on the IWC example, right? But like the name, we know the names are important. The precepts to back it up. But they said you can call whatever you want. Just like the brother mentioned earlier, how the temple is us spiritually. We that third temple, but they got the 501c3 to actually establish a school and a building to get credibility through carnal means instead of having sound doctrine. So wickedness always is in direct opposition to scripture because the power we're dealing with. He deals with balance according to Proverbs.
Hey, and like the One West School, like apostles always go into that, man, give different examples through the Spirit. The most high, Yahawashi had to talk about those stories through the Spirit because we wasn't there. So we can't speak on stuff, you know what I'm saying? We're going to give what the Spirit allows. So the Apostle Tahar always talk about the school this and the school that, how this and that, but then the major thing that sticks out is that when they finally brought not finally, but like when they really hinted on the word in its totality, it brought separation. You see, they said, hey, no, Cornelius is an Israelite. This is that. The whole congregation, like Apostle Tahar was going to, they started to come against them, man. And they kicked them out of school, showing you, like y'all was going back to the temple, because you don't need the temple. You don't need that physical temple, man. So Yahawashi took them out of that physical temple and put them on the street, and that temple was bigger than that temple they was in, man. Because we are the temple, we the body, we build those bricks, man. You know, you got it.
Okay. St. Matthew 19, verse 22. But, I love something on 21. And thou shalt have treasure in heaven. Read it from the top, okay. St. Matthew chapter 19, verse 21. Yahawashi said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. And come
and follow him. You know how hard it is for a wealthy man to just give it up to come forth for a purpose. You know, he trying to push an image like a purpose, like I want full accountability. No, man, you gotta be like Moses. Moses said, "Yo, I'd rather suffer on my people." You know what I'm saying? Than be with you niggas, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody moving like that. They all know. They know Moses. They know. You know what I'm saying?
You know they Israelites.
They know they Israelites, man.
Hebrews 11, verse 23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child, and they not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahawah than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Right, so LeBron is enjoying the pleasures of sin because he done sold his soul. You know, and he worshipped Baphomet, he worshipped Molech, he worshipped all those idols of Egypt, you know. So he's not gonna choose to suffer affliction. You know, the most affliction that he'll suffer is him looking at a video on YouTube of a Jake getting shot. That's the only affliction this nigga gonna suffer. And he's not gonna put, like I said, his money where his mouth is. He's not gonna, say, well, I'm boycotting the NBA till this shit stops. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that the views can go down or whatever. He's not gonna do none of that, man, because he don't actually care. You know, he doesn't actually care whatsoever. You know?
And what Kanye say? He said, even if I'm in the bed, still a nigga.
Since Hebrews 11 and 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahawah than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Yahawashi greater riches, showing you that Moses knew about Yahawashi. We knew about Yahawashi long before he came on the scene. Okay, why do you think Second Ezra say that it is the Son of the Most High that gave them crowns? Because Yahawashi was talked about before he came on the scene. It says,
Moses wrote of me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
so they had believed Moses, you would have believed me.
Yeah. So they knew.
So they didn't believe Moses. You know what I'm saying? Especially like these camps. They didn't believe Moses. It says Hebrews 11:26.
Hey, it's like that when they push Moses.
Right. Yeah, they pushed Moses, but they didn't believe Moses.
Yeah, right.
Crazy. Lord.
It's like yeah, right.
11:26, esteeming the reproach of Yahawashi greater riches than the treasures of in Egypt. Yeah, it says that you have one that accuse you, even Moses.
Right.
You know, Moses is the accuser, not because Moses is wicked, but because Moses had the law of Moses, and the law is an accuser unto us. If we live by it, if we put our faith in it, you know what I'm saying, we hang our salvation on it, then we're gonna be judged by it.
That's great. LBS1 is when Yahawashi came to save us from the curse of the law.
Right.
Just like you said, that's exactly what the brother's going into. It's a lot of strange laws, like Elder Apostle Harlan a while ago. Like there's a lot of stuff you're not doing and still pushing law. So
they're not even, it's like they're not even, they still get lines.
God, bro.
Y'all don't take the law seriously, bro.
You got your cognitive mind. Just real quick. This is John chapter 1, verse 17. It says, for the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahawashi HaMashiach. So that's a clear cut, man. Yahawashi came, grace and truth. Grace, understanding, like it says in Hebrews, the 2nd chapter, being our lawyer, okay, I was in the flesh, I know what he's going through. I know what I had to conquer in order to get here. You know, obviously it was divine, it was already set up that way. But Yahawashi speaking on our behalf, because you know, for Timothy, he is that mediator between the Most High and men. And, you know, he came with grace and truth. So he is the factor. Like he is the it factor. Our ticket to the kingdom, salvation. He's the standard,
Like Pastor Ron always say, he's go between.
The mediator. It's the bridge.
He said, I came to magnify the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He magnified it. He fulfilled what was written of him. Man. You know what I'm saying?
And it's gonna be magnified in the kingdom.
Exactly. Because everything's gonna be in this glorified state, man.
Everything's gonna obey the law.
That's like they pour
the like they do now. Everything still obey the word and the command of the Lord, man. But like the law and sometimes like the brother said,
that's gonna be the standard on the earth.
Yep.
It's perfect. It's a measurement of things to come.
Yeah.
Hebrews 11 verse 26, esteeming the reproach of Yahawashi greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. See, so LeBron, you know, he tweeted all this stuff about, you know, how he's so sick of the oppression or whatever, but truly he feared Esau. That's why he took the tweet down. Because he feared what Esau is going to do in retaliation to him speaking out about these particular events. You know what I'm saying? Why you think that Colin Kaepernick and only one or two other NFL players was the only one to protest? Because all the niggas were scared. You know what I'm saying? But that was at a time where it was just a few shootings a year that they promoted, because this happens every damn day. Right. It was only a year that they promoted, but now it's happening so much that all these athletes feel like they gotta say something.
Yeah. And you see, Kaepernick still trying to get his job back.
Oh, he blackballed though. That's the thing, you ain't getting back in. Because you were just a new slave.
Yeah.
Like Kanye say, new slaves. You know what I'm saying? You niggas new. Why did Kanye write that? Because he know he is slave.
You know, back in the day, Mr. T, I'm sure y'all familiar with, he even said, I'm still a slave, only my price tag is high.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you know, cats like Kaepernick, but you know, see Esau used our own people as our slave masters, for that.
But that's the house niggas. You know, the house niggas was master. There you go again. He's running off. Master, he stole some corn from the field. Like that's them house niggas, man. We field Negroes, man. You know, a field Negro is an austere man. You know, a man, woman, and child of authority. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because Jake is not being prepared to be a judge, man. You know, a judge of all things, and they see all things.
They don't judge. They judge according to appearance.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
You say judge not according to appearance. Exactly. That's the very thing that they do, on a day-to-day, Saturday to Saturday basis. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do, man. It says, St. Matthew 19, verse 21, Yahawashi said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possession. Right. So he was sorrowful, where we praise it. He was sorrowful, man. You know, because he had great possessions, because he had great riches. He wanted to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. You know, and that's our people, man. And to do it, they'll get on TV and tell you to take the max. You know what I'm saying? They'll get on TV and take the max on camera.
Just so we get back to
just so they can keep elevating within Esau industry. They'll sacrifice their son. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can keep elevating Esau industry. They'll like I said, the blood sacrifice. You know, they'll promote things that are wicked. You know what I'm saying? They'll put on a dress. You know what I'm saying? They'll be in a movie. And put on a dress in a movie and do their little comedy skit in the dress. Kid Cudi, you know, that nigga was on Saturday Night Live performing in the fucking dress. You know what I'm saying? What is that all about? Talking about it was a commemoration of Kurt Cobain. Well, Kurt Cobain put on the dress too for the same reason, to sell out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Esau does to the Israelites, man. He makes them sell out to false gods. Because he want to be their God.
Yeah, he delights in the emasculation of our men. He delights in it. I mean, it's been going on even before Jim Crow and Will Wayne. It's been going on probably more than a millennium. But it's just not in recorded history. Yeah, they delight in that because that perpetual hatred they have. They amplify that deeds of wickedness that bring about our emasculation or degradation and such as that.
You know, when the scriptures say that they love the way the Grecians best of all.
Yeah,
and the Greeks were known for saying that there's no greater love than that of a man and a little boy. So, you know, Jacob's following, that's why Romans, the first chapter, talks about how Paul was rebuking the Romans in Rome for homosexuality and lesbianism because they was following the ways of Esau.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a quick on the blue. Romans 11:4.
Also, like a year in Sodom and Gomorrah. You didn't think it was in that city. It was Jake's. A lot of them was Jake's, a lot of them was heathen, but it was Jake's was there.
Yeah.
You know, participating in the unlawful deeds.
Hey, if the Most High don't intervene in this man's kingdom,
should no flesh be saved?
Hey, no flesh will be saved. Like I said back to 24. Hey, them angels, the angels when the angels was going through the Sodom and Gomorrah, man, they'd be crazy out here to the men of the Lord, man. They come in and start charge our houses, man, like it's jail, man. You know? And for real, these dudes will get so crazy, man, it'll be unbearable, man. But that's why the Lord got to intervene. It says Romans 11:4. But what said the answer of Yahawah to him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. When y'all got it?
So Matthew 24, verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the Lord, like the brother said, the Lord has to intervene, man, because like it says in 2 Ezra 15th chapter, 2 Ezra 15, verse 7, 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So wickedness is exceedingly polluting the earth. You know, meaning it surpassed the limit. You know, which in spirit it didn't pass the limit, but you know, as far as a level of tolerance for righteous men, it's past that. It said that Allah was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. So this is what we're dealing with now, and this is why the Lord has to put an end to this. It says 2 Ezra 15, verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. How did wickedness pollute the whole earth? Because the earth in its totality was given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? So by the earth, the whole earth being in their possession, they had the opportunity to pollute the whole earth with their wickedness. It says, verse 7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So the Lord is like, you know, I had enough, man. I had enough, man. My servants have been crying unto me, you know, for thousands of years, and now I'm going to speak on their behalf. Because it says in Psalms 50 that the Lord have kept silence, you know what I'm saying? But it said that the Lord, when he rebuked, which means he speak, when the Lord speak, he rebuked with flames of fire. So the Lord's going to come back and he's going to open up his mouth and fire going to come out, like it said in 2 Ezra 13. And he's going to devour his enemies, which are the heathen, you know?
This is 2 Peter, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment, and the perdition that her sins have reached up into the heaven. So it's going to reach a boiling point, a tipping point. And that tipping point is from wickedness to righteousness, because when it reached that point where it can't get any more wicked, Yahawashi is going to return. And you know, the Lord works in balance, so we bring it all day through the Holy Spirit. So the demise of this kingdom is the start of everlasting life for Jacob and captivity for Esau and those other nations. So read it one more time. It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment. So the day of judgment is when Yahweh shall return. It says, and perdition of ungodly men. So our oppressors, the 2/3 of our own people, are going to have to experience death by fire, death by chariot fire, death by missile fire.
Yeah, because I fought stepped down. I read Romans 11:4. Most High reserve men, it's a group of men, but not bow the knee to the image of the all. The Most High, I mean, the people, the Most High has the same people that have not bowed down to this man's system and his image. Well, his system, his image, which is his system, you know, and his mark, and you know what he stand by. The Lord is going to preserve. He's preserving them. He's going to glorify them in due time, and it's going to be like it says in Second Ezra 16 and 72 or 73. Then it should be known who's my chosen. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron and all these celebrities, they're still bowing down to their oppressor, man. You know, because they think their oppressor is greater than has greater power than the one who's controlling the show. You know, because they're not visionaries, man. You know, Esau has took the patience and the vision out of the world. You know, and he's put. You know, it's like I use this example all the time. Sometimes when you take a plant, a real plant and a fake plant, and make it like you're in the lab and you make it identical to the real plant. And I sit those plants, okay, in front of my house, and I put both of them in the ground. How are you able to tell which one is real and which one is fake? See, and that's what Esau did. He put a fake plant next to the real plant. So from the naked eye, you can't tell that this plant is actually fake and this one is real. You see what I'm saying? Only way you know the plant is not the plant is fake, because over a process of time it never grew. It was always the same type of plant, you know. And then, but Esau tricked Jake. He'd come in and clip some stems off it and some leaves to make it look like it broke off and look like it's growing. No, you see, from us, we look at it like, man, that's the same damn plant, man. You know what I'm saying?
Spray it with a little water.
Yeah. Well, it's in the ground though. So you looking at it from no, it's the same thing, man. No, it's the same one, bro. We can look at the edges. You cut that, man. We see your traps and we see your snares, man. You see, and that's the difference. We're able to identify that fake plant versus the real plant. You got it?
Yeah, I had a question. Because I was thinking that maybe some Yahawah said to the men about the wheat and the tares, and in order to separate them, you shouldn't just try to pull them now, but wait until they both grow together.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly. Yeah, because you risk the chance of damaging the good. You know, you just gotta let them grow together, and then you know what I'm saying. Then you do the separating. You know what I'm saying? That's that patience, though. You know, you got it.
This is Isaiah 64.
You got it. All
right, fine. Isaiah chapter 64, verse 1, and I'll jump down to the point. It says, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. We jump down to verse 5 to go to the point. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. So it's like the scripture saying, Obadiah, like they exalt themselves as the eagle, and they think they're the most high. So like back to the brother's analogy, when they trick you with that plant, that's that God complex kicking in. Like, I bet I can get over on this nigga. Watch this. They dumb, I'm smart. That's the end of it. If you ever see Matilda, I'm smart, you're dumb, I'm big, you're little. That's the mindset that Esau has. It says they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They say, who gonna stop it? It says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. So they actually meditate on how to trick us, how to catch us up in different philosophies, different flares, like the PPP loan, all types of government assistance. They find ways like, all right, we know Jake like the Flash. Like, look at all their role models we got out there. Make them rappers, ball players. Like, you know.
Should just say, where's no vision, the people perish.
Yeah.
So look, like I said, Esau took his vision and patience out of the earth. So now you have what you see today. The results of that is what you see today. So now Jake got to try to find an image, which is why they convert to different religions and different doctrines, because they're just trying to find an image to uphold. You see, because Esau took it out of the way, the true image, or so he thinks, you know. Yeah,
Islam, you know.
Yeah, he got like the brothers that GMS Cleveland was saying, like once we was going into that, Brother Tomyab, he said they drunk, you know. Hey, that's what happened. Esau has got Jake drunk, man. Because now you can't think clear when you drink. I mean, you drunk. You know, you stumbling at your words, you stumbling literally, you know. So Jake is drunk now, so now they think what they're doing is good when it's actually don't even have no profit. Like we read in Wisdom Psalm 3. I can tweet all day, but if I don't have no actions, how do I prove to the people I believe? Because you see, us on the outside looking in, we was, you know what I'm saying? We looking at this nigga like, yo, I mean, well, okay, he doing this. Even when they locked down when the pandemic happened, everything was crazy. With Mike, what's his name? George Floyd. Brown and them had all the T-shirts on. You know, they had everybody not standing for the national anthem. And they was taking knees and man, look, man, and they even canceled a lot of games. But at the end of the day, when they threatened them, what happened? Brown was on the court the next day. You know? Yeah, because his Eve probably was like, you better get your ass on that court. You know?
He been in the spotlight. She know what it feels
Man,
like.
I'm saying, like, yeah, that, but I guarantee his wife was saying something because why? And naturally, Eve, outside of when you ain't in this truth, Eve run that household, man. You know what I'm saying? So she told that nigga, man, you got a family. You know what I'm saying? So he like, instead of correcting her and saying, we gonna be all right. We gonna most high gonna make a way. He like, you right. Even I can still express myself and I still can go play the game. That's probably how that conversation went. Then that he came back on the court and like nothing happened, you know what I'm saying? You got
I know what I was going to say. No, you good. Yeah, damn, I forgot. Go brother, come back.
I had to put stuff on 2 Peter. Second Peter chapter 3. Look at verse 12. What did it say? Looking for.
I read it. 2 Peter 3 and 12. Looking for a hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahawah, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
break it down, man. What the brother just read.
That's what you want me to read?
Yeah, that's part of also 13.
I read it again. 2 Peter 3 and 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahawah, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
So we're not looking at this world as the heathen because we understand the promises of YAHWASHI stand for eternity. Right? Whereas in this temporal realm, that's just what we got. I mean, as far as the heathen are concerned, this is their heaven. This is their eternity because this is all it is for them, and it's going to end, even though to them the end doesn't really matter because they feel like if they perish in this state of the world, they're still going to have lived their life as though they were in heaven or that they're in blissful paradise. But we look for, just like it was mentioned about Moses, who would rather suffer with his people than enjoy temporary pleasure. We're looking for the eternal treasure and the eternal pleasure and the eternal opportunity to praise YAHWASHI forever and be among those with the crowns and and the treasures of heaven, and then nothing will tarnish and nothing will be destroyed or nothing will be corrupted or any of those blemishes that we know in this realm. So that's saying in verse 13 that we're looking forward to the new heaven and new earth and the glory of the righteous lives and the perfection of all things that'll be in our midst. So, you know, that's one of the things we have to look for also, besides all of the pressures of peers and all of the denials of the heathen, because they don't see or know and understand from a spiritual perspective any of the things that we're dedicated to and that we long and wait and, you know, try to exercise patience.
Yeah, and that's because, like you said, this is the real quick wisdom Psalm 115. For righteousness is immortal. So that immortal is eternal. You know, and they call us mortals. You know what I'm saying? Because we die. Immortal is something that don't die. You know, it's everlasting, man. So righteousness is immortal. So we looking for that righteousness. We looking for that immortality. You know, where we don't constantly die. You know, we get old, but we don't get old. You know, our bodies get old. Our minds stay young. No, our body's not even gonna get old. It's like our everything is our age, our number on our years get older, but our body and our mind, our state, stay young, man. That's why in 2 Ezra 2, it said, "Who is this young man that crowned them?" Yahawashi was young. Young, you're youthful, you're strong, you're best looking. You know, when you're younger. You know, I mean, some people get better when they older, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you got that youthful face. You know, your baby face. You know, you can run, you can sprint, you can do a lot when you're younger versus when you're older. Your body breaks down. So the Lord's gonna keep us in that max state, our prime. He's gonna keep us in our prime forever. See, LeBron and them, you know, they want to stay in this type of prime. They reach their prime here and they want to stay there. They got that high. No, we looking for the prime of life, man. You know, so we can stay there on that high, man.
Cryogenics, special trainers, working your body in your mid-30s, pushing 40, but we don't get spiritual power. We don't get an uncorruptible body. Like, you was just out due to an ankle sprain, a high ankle sprain, some sort of ankle injury. There ain't gonna be nothing like that in the kingdom. We're not gonna be, you know, top draft picks trying to make a meal, so we're gonna be in the project hooping. We're gonna be kings and priests, Yahawah, we're part of that number. You know, we're gonna be serving the Lord.
Yeah, all Israel will be in that state. You know what I'm saying? But you got the government, you got the elected, you got order, like the brother is going into.
Top of that, like you know, like the scriptures say, like coming back full circle, where your treasure, that's where your heart is, and like we plan on serving HALALYAM, our shot to the best of our ability, and you know, giving it to that lust demon, that spiritual fornication, because you serve the matter whether you serve the Lord. Like the brother earlier today at the military camp, Psalms 115, you know, your God is silver and gold, just like your daddy Esau. Like the shit that King saves you, that's exactly what you're banking on. And that's what I have to bank on in Jacob's trouble when all that shit is thrown into the street. Because mentally, you right in the streets with it. You know?
Yeah, your whole, like they say in the world, your whole world has been destroyed. Your whole world is, how I go, yeah, your whole world is destroyed before you, man. That's your whole world, man. Esau's world is your world. Esau's world is your kingdom. You know, our world is your, and how much you outside, man. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, man. The Lord is keeping us because he left. So he prayed for the Father. Lord willing, we those men that Yahawashi prayed for to keep us. You know, to keep. He said, I am, you know, I have to leave you, man, but I'm not leaving you comfortless. You know, and then when he was praying in John 17, you know what I'm saying? He said, you know, keep them, you know, and that they be one as we are, man. You know? Yeah. So that's what we hoping and praying that Yahawashi, when he made them prayers, he was talking about us sitting in this room and the like-minded men, like the apostles and everybody with the like mind, and in that meekness and sincerity, you know, we pray that the Most High was talking about them, man. You know what I mean? Yahawashi was talking about them. So can LeBron and them say that? Can these brothers in these camps say that? You know what I'm saying? Even comment. I was watching somebody. It was a page I found talking a whole bunch of Israelite stuff, They don't teach. They just show a bunch of information and stuff. And they were showing celebrities who know about Israelites and stuff. And they were just going through a lot of videos we saw, we didn't see. And they would show comment and them rapping back in like 2004 or something, or some old type of year. And they was rapping, they was going in like the judge, like scriptures and stuff were on in the rap. But then you gotta pay attention. When he came to those dudes in the garage, nigga acted like he was shook. Like he heard it for the first time. Look at his face and look at his countenance, man. He trying to play the most out of football. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just showing you that because why? He got to put it in the back so that he can continue to try to live and fulfill his life here. So I'm saying, he like, as long as I know, his mind, like, as long as I know, now that Christian dogma comes, as long as I know, I should be good. Because Christianity push, you don't really have to apply this, man. You know, so he did that. I'm looking at them when I saw that video, I'm like, this nigga, he been new. They all been, a lot of them been new. But when you put two and two together, like, this nigga just tried to play the most high. He tried to act like this was new information. Just, yo, come here. Here. And she like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just paying attention to that, like, because these niggas really know. But he still got the bald head. He probably can grow a full afro. He still got the bald head. You know, he's still moving in a different way, you know. So these celebrities ain't gonna repent. And the ones that maybe repent are the ones that the Most High have mercy on to get out of the industry early. You know what I'm saying? The ones that one-hit wonders you hear about, them niggas got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, they gonna repent, Lord willing. You know, if they part of that nothing. You know.
You know, I was thinking about at one time. I'm sure y'all probably heard about an incident where this guy Kanye West kind of did a performance, and then he kind of went left and started talking to Jay-Z or somebody like that about don't try to kill me and this, that, and the other, right? And then at another point, they were saying that he was separated from his wife or family or whatever, but he was hospitalized. But others have stated that they said he was overwhelmed. My point is simply that every now and then you might see some of these celebrities say they're trying to get out of the industry. But I thought you can't get out unless they either take you out or possibly if they let you live long enough, like somebody like Quincy Jones, for example, you know, stuff like that. But once they, you know, they get in or sign in, whatever they have to do, I was informed that there's no getting out.
It ain't, because you already sold your soul.
God.
You can't go back on the deal that you made with the devil. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people though, man. So hey, you know, they're gonna get what they got. They're gonna cry to the gods that they have chosen. You know?
Oh yeah, okay. And then I think about what Yahawah said, you know, what can a man give in exchange for, well, it's what he said before that, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world at the expense of his soul, and what can he give in exchange for his soul?
Nothing that you can give, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is the situation that our people, you know, through the spirit have put themselves in. You know what I'm saying? But like the brother is saying, like the scripture is saying, you know, that the remnant shall return. You know what I'm saying? Even the remnant rejected. You know what I'm saying? The rest were blinded. You know, so hey, you know, we were just talking real quick to the spirit. You know what I'm saying? We were the spirit. We gonna close out. Give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, for we will truth and sound doctrine, and peace to the elect and the nation of Israel, scattered on the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Or in Shalom.
Shalom.